Hello, this is Cindy from rainbowelephant.com, and today I'm going to share with you my line weaving pattern that I call Blasing. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know this one looks a little bit different than what you're used to, and that's because my computer is in the shop. But no worries, I'm just going to bring this one to you from my handy dandy iPad. There are 6 easy steps to create this pattern, and I have them drawn up at the top of the screen already. And when we're finished, we're going to have something that looks like what you see down here in the right-hand corner of the screen. I hope you have your pen and your paper because I'm ready to start drawing. Now the first step we're going to take is we're going to draw a line that looks like valleys and mountains. Here's my valley and my mountain. I think I'll just do 2 for example purposes, so we'll start there. And then our second step is to draw 3 humps on top of each of our mountains, like this. Then we're going to go ahead and close up each of our valleys by drawing a simple line over the top of the valley. Next, we're going to draw a shape inside each of our valleys that mimics the outside shape of our valley. The one we created when we put that line on top kind of looks like a cat eye to me. Now our 5th step is to create 3 teardrop shapes right inside those humps that we put on top of our mountains. So it'll look like this. Now our 6th and our final step is to simply draw an outline around this entire element here. The whole thing. This will complete our pattern. And I call this pattern Blasing. I want to take just a moment here to show you how you can change the entire look of that pattern so that it has kind of an Aztec type flavor to it. All you have to do is the same 6 steps, but this time instead of using soft curved lines, you just use straight and sharp corner lines. So for the first 3 steps, you would do your valleys and your mountains using a zigzag type line with sharp edges. And then the humps that you put on top of each of your mountains will, again, instead of being rounded shapes, will have kind of a straight edge to each of those humps. For your valleys, when you put your cover on your valley, instead of making it a curved line, simply use a straight line. Now when you go to mimic the outside shape on the inside, it will naturally be a triangle. And then when you go to add those little teardrops inside your mountains, use straight triangles rather than curved teardrops. And finally, just like you did in the previous pattern, you want to go ahead and draw the 6th step, which is simply outlining your entire element. And as you can see, you get a totally different feel to the pattern. Fun, right? On this screen, I just wanted to show you how I used the exact same pattern to create some different looks. On this top one here, you can see instead of using shallow mountains and valleys or zigzag mountain and valleys, I made them really deep curves here to get it started. And then when I did my humps on top of the mountain and I added the teardrops, I colored those in. And I also colored in the mimic shape on the inside of each valley as well. Using the same pattern, down here on the bottom left, I want to show you how I started it with mountains and valleys that had kind of a teardrop shape to it. So here's my valley. My mountain kind of whips around like a teardrop. And then I used that same type shape inside each of my humps, and I created the humps so that they would fit that type of a shape inside of them, and had kind of a crescent moon type inside each of those valleys then. And you can see it gives a different look, and I really like that look. Okay, and then next, in this sample over here that's on the right hand side, you can see I did my mountains and my valleys kind of shallow like I did previously, but I looped it all the way around so that it came and created a closed shape in the end. It came back and met itself at the end. And then I used the outside mountains to create those humps, and I also used the inside mountains to create humps. And I did the same thing with the valleys, as you can see here and here on both the outside and the inside. And then for my outline, I colored in the outline all the way around this one. And you can see how just making those small changes, but still repeating the same 6 steps that are in this pattern, you can make the blazing pattern look completely different. So it should be able to be modified for just about any project you decide you want to use it in. Come join me at rainbowelephant.com for more line weaving fun.